Alright, y'all. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about this finale and Ghost game as a whole. I'm gonna give my ratings of it towards the end of the video. But yeah, that's some stuff we gotta talk about. So I don't even know where to really start. Sorry, I'm not doing my usual intro stuff, but yeah, this is something we gotta talk about, and a lot of people will probably agree with me. Some won't, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm fine with that. So first things first, let's actually talk about the finale. Let's talk about the finale. All right. So the fight with Ghoulish well, really Regulus or Ghoulish Gamamon, whatever, in S-Shoutmon. Please forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. I feel like that fight could have been a little bit better. Or to me, how they played it out, I don't even think really like Regulus was really a final boss in my opinion. No, a lot of people saying, oh, they just turned him evil and blah blah blah, but like once they gave out like his explanation of why, even though it was like really short, of why he wanted an army, it was like, oh well, maybe he really wasn't so evil. He just wanted to, he was just in this thing where it's the strong survives type of deal. And that's like in a lot of different sort of animes, you know, they always have that, maybe that one character is that only the strong survive and blah blah blah. That's not necessarily I cannot talk today, necessarily an evil thing, because you get a lot of that in like video games too. I think I remember in what was it? I think it was Shin Megami Tensei. Devil Survivor or Devil Survivor 2, where one of the characters was like, okay, going over Babel, and it was like in this contest to see what their wishes would be granted or something, like, and I think there was one character in there that wanted like battle for merit or something, like the strong survive, the weak gets, destroyed, stuff like that. And that's kind of the vibes that I got with Ghoulish Gamamon. Even though he's a dope character, he is a very dope character, I feel like they kind of cheated him a little bit. That's just my opinion. I feel like they kind of cheated him a little bit of how things turned out. It definitely felt rushed. Like, there were times like in the reaction, if you guys saw that reaction already, if you haven't seen the reaction, I'll post it either here or somewhere. Or like, is this how they're gonna end this? Is this how things are gonna be? Because I feel like they resolved everything way too quickly in that one episode. I would have at least expected it like to go like to episode 70 or something. That would have been fine if they added like a couple extra episodes in, but that's just it just felt so rushed to me, and I felt cheated. That's why I couldn't really say anything in that reaction at the end, because I felt like I got slapped in the face, as I said before, in the reaction. But yeah, if I were to give that finale a rating, just a rating, I would give that like a 4.5. 4.5 to like a 5 out of 10, just because of how it was structured. And then all of a sudden you got like, you know, Quantumon. I think Quantumon's the real villain. Quantumon's the real villain here. Alright? Because Digimon don't really, you know, have emotions like humans do, so I guess that makes sense. But still. It was just... It just felt so rushed. Like, I felt cheated. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the finale. The finale of Ghost. Now, as Ghost game as a whole, I would give it like a 6 out of 10 as a whole, because, you know, I've, like, every week was just like very episodic, which that's fine. I don't care for that. I don't care if it's like episodic or not. I just like what's going on. If it has good stuff in it, then I'll enjoy it. But I just felt like they did a little bit too much of it. You know what I'm saying? It was just a little bit too much of it. You know what I'm saying? Like for a 68 episode season, like I would have had like the plot advanced a little bit more each time. But I just think they just did it too much. And there was other plot holes that needed to be talked about. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, like in episode, I think it was 18, with the where they were in that building with the snow plow Digimon. I forgot what his name was. It was towards the end where actually when we first, I think it was like episode 18 or 17, where they did this, you know, transitional, you know, partner swap thing. They never really went into that, and it only happened twice. I think it was episode 18 or 17, one of the two, or and I think episode like somewhere in the 30s. It only happened twice. Now, what would have made it more interesting, like, if the Digimon partners were going to call out the names, like the human partners, I think they should be able to have access to like the Digimon weapons, like what they did with Hero. Like that would have made more sense to the viewer. Oh, I can use Crossmo Blade for like a split second if I'm like in danger. Like that would have made more sense. But you know, to have them call out you know what? It kind of reminds me. It reminds me of like really Pokemon, because you know, in Pokemon is normal. It's normal, right? You know, the trainer would say, hey, use water gun. Hey, no, use electro web. You know, stuff like that. Because you know, Pikachu. Because you know, I was about to say Pikachu. Because Pokemon can't say their attacks. Pokemon can't say that. They can only say their names or yell or roar. So it makes sense. It makes sense for them to do that. But with Digimon, it's different. It's different because these guys can actually talk. These guys can actually talk. So for the human characters to say the name of the attacks was a little bit weird. Actually, very weird. If I were to say it, yeah, it was very weird. But you know, it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. I said I was gonna say my rating at the end of the video, and I actually did it during the video. I'm sorry, but we'll recap everything later. But yeah, the Ghost game as a whole, right? I feel like they could have done a lot of the episodes more. a lot of the episodes more. Like, you know, with the character switching, Gammamon, that Gammamon, mode switch up, that evolution switch up during the fight at the end. I think that would have been great throughout the series. Like if he did that throughout the series instead of waiting till like the last episode to do it. Like okay, if let's say he digivolved into like his ultimate, right, and there was a timer, right? He could have split second turned into one of his champion forms, give him a quick blow, and then turn back into his ultimate. Wouldn't that like reset the time or anything like that? This is just my theories that I'm asking. This is my theories. If anyone knows, I don't know. Everyone's a theorist. You guys leave a comment below. Let's have a discussion about this, okay? But yeah, I feel like the anime as a whole, it wasn't really too bad. It wasn't too bad. A lot of people say it's worse than Cross Wars. It's worse than Apply Monsters, which I've seen Apply Monsters. Apply Monsters is not really that bad. It's really not that bad. But yeah, a lot of Digimon fans were really upset of how Ghost Game was. Some have accepted the ending. Me, I'm like 50-50 on it because it's like so anticlimactic of how they end it. You know what I'm saying? Like normally Digimon wouldn't end like that, except maybe 02. Except maybe 02. I can understand that it gives like 02 vibes at the end, but that being said, I just feel like they could have done better. They could have done better. And the whole Digimon of the Week thing, although it was a nice idea, they just utilized it too much. You know what I'm saying? They utilized it too much. And it was kind of redundant after a while. For the Digimons, most that carry the show, really, Jellymon, Ghoulish Gammamon for sure. Gammamon carried it for like the first 15 episodes just because of his cuteness. But then after that, people quickly got tired of it because they just overused the cuteness so much. But yeah, it just feels weird. It feels weird, like how it ended and how the story went throughout the year and a half, right? It's been like a year and a half since it came out. It came out like last October. Not this past October, but the October before. So yeah, like I said, I feel like they could have done much better with certain things, because they left a lot of things unanswered in that anime. They left a lot of things unanswered. Like what was the purpose of like character swapping or partner swapping, whatever you want to call it? What was the purpose of the humans calling out the names, which is also weird. It would have been nice if, like I said before earlier in the video, like if they were able to use the attacks via Digivice, just certain attacks, not all of them, but just certain attacks. Then it would make more sense. Just a way to defend themselves if like their Digimon partners are not around or something. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. What are your guys' thoughts on like the whole thing? Oh wait, hold on, wait, no. Let me backtrack. Then there was this I forgot Moon Millenniumon. I forgot that dude. Okay, they had him First of all, he was super nerfed. Super nerfed in that episode. Super nerfed. He was more nerfed in this season than he was in Digimon 2020. Okay? At least in Digimon 2020, he was a force to be reckoned with. In this anime, in this series, like, they made him like a total, in my opinion, like a total pushover. And still a little bit menacing, but just like, he was just weaker. Just weaker. And that was just weird to me, like he could be defeated like that easily. Like, it took him like a whole, like in Digimon 2020, it took like one whole Greymon with like a super spirit bomb to get rid of him. And then in this anime, it took like 2 Digimon to beat him. Like, okay. And then like Hero kept like the Moon Millenniumon crystal, like it was gonna do something. Like, bro, what's with all, what, after all this mystery, after all this, you know, dragging us around, that's the ending you give us? Like, bro, like, huh? No, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm just not, I'm satisfied, but I'm not satisfied, if you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm not satisfied how the way it ended, but I'm satisfied of how it went, sort of. So I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Again, I'm 50-50. 50-50. And, you know, I like Ghost Game. I felt like Ghost Game had a lot of potential as a Digimon. I think it could have been as great as Digimon Tamers. It could have been as great as that. But, you know, hey, man, things happen. And, yeah. All we can do now is just wait for the next Digimon installment. I don't know when the next anime is gonna be, if they're even gonna have another anime at all, because, you know, of how Ghost Game turned out. But yeah, so now we just got the novel or manga, which is Digimon Seekers, that's coming out in a couple days. And yeah, I will be covering that. As well as other things on the channel. But yeah, man, it's crazy up in here, man. It's crazy. It don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense, man. But yeah, okay, that's all I really got for this video this time. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts and everything. Oh yeah, let me go back to ratings. So again, for the rating up for the finale, 4.5 to 5 out of 10. 4.5 to 5 out of 10. And then for the anime as a whole, a 6. A 6, in my opinion. That's the rating I give Ghost Game. that would be the rating I would give Ghost Game. But yeah, again, go ahead and comment. You know, let's have a talk about it, guys. Let's have a nice talk. And yeah, let's see what we'll go from here, right? And yeah, make sure you guys do all the stuff below. Comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, even though it doesn't work. Hit the notification bell anyway. And with that being said, bitches, it's love, Kool-Aid is life. Have a good night, bitches, your Kool-Aid. And remember, no Digimon, no life. Peace, everybody.